Hey everyone, and welcome to Torah for Women's Mountain Moments. This is the Prepper Portions. I am Judith Garten. I wanted to talk to you today about another product that is a Pampered Chef item. Now, this is one I mentioned before that I've had in my kitchen for a while. Let's start at the top. I recall when I was a little girl, my grandmother and my mom each had this really neat little glass jar with a chopper that screwed onto the top. Someone had a red one and the other one had a green one, and I can't remember which one had which. When I searched online, I discovered that it was called the Gemco Nut Chopper. And believe it or not, there are still a bunch of them available on all sorts of websites. Etsy has them. I saw them on eBay and even on Amazon used products. So people still had them and are selling them. When I searched online, I found they came in a lot of different colors too than just the red and green. But I remember those two. Now, Mom used to chop nuts mostly for cookies and sweetbreads, sometimes other veggies if she were adding them to different meals, and hard-boiled eggs for egg salad. I remember those were the things that she used to chop until she got an interesting product, the egg slicer from Tupperware. She loved that for a long time. That chopper that my mom and grandma had was so much fun as a kid. When they would be making holiday cookies, I would actually volunteer to help bake because I knew that they would be using the chopper, and I loved to whack that thing. It was a great workout for your arms and for your frustrations. Now, when I left home, I looked everywhere to try and find one of those for a long time, and I never could find one. One day, a friend held a Pampered Chef party at her home, and I went, and the consultant did one of those food prep shows. She used the Pampered Chef Chopper, and she used it through the entire thing. The items that she chopped up, from strawberries to onions to everything, it was unbelievable. I fell in love with that chopper, and I decided that was the one thing I was ordering that day for certain. It wasn't quite like the one Mom and Grandma had. It had no glass jar. However, the working process is pretty much identical. You put your product under it and you whack it till it's done. One of my kids reminded me that I am actually on my third chopper, not my second one. I thought I was on my second one. I did have one for just a few years, and it was just past warranty when it broke. So I called the company and I ordered a new one because I didn't have a Pampered Chef consultant at that time. And I also wasn't going to hold a party because of my lack of success with that in years past. Now, it took a few weeks, but my chopper arrived, and I was so grateful because I will tell you, this product gets used a lot. This past spring, a friend of mine was holding an online party, and I had been looking to replace my second chopper for quite a long time. The blades were very dull, and I really had to whack it. The plastic cover was cracked and scratched beyond repair of any kind. I was so used to using the dull unit that when I bought my new one and it arrived, because I did order this from my friend's party, and when it arrived, it was hilarious. I put it on one of our cutting boards, and it cut deep ridges into the inexpensive cutting board, and I realized I no longer have to whack it quite as hard. This is the Pampered Chef Chopper. It comes in a few pieces. There is this bottom tray. You can put small amounts of nuts, onion, whatever in there and chop them in there, or you can chop directly on a cutting board. I have a tendency to use a cutting board most often. This is the protective piece. Easy to remove. This is the third piece, and this is the main chopping section. You want to make sure that you don't touch those because they are sharp. I've brushed up against them while it's draining in our strainer, dish strainer, and I've gotten little paper cut style cuts on my fingers, so that it is very sharp, very sharp. It is also dishwasher safe. Isn't that awesome? If you place it away from the heating elements, it is dishwasher safe. Great, great, great. Now I will have to do a video separate because I can't get enough of my counter space in, and I will insert that video on how easy it is to use the chopper. One of the things I want to start talking about in my review videos is how easy is this product to use for someone who is lower in energy, less physically capable. This is great because you really don't have to whack it as hard as I have a tendency to do it. It's actually that simple. Now I also noticed another pro for this product is they have a blade sharpener now available that you can sharpen the blades. So that is great. A lot of the Pampered Chef products come with a scrubbing brush that helps you in cleaning this out. I found that something that works in cleaning the sections out between the blades is a baby bottle brush. The small end, if you get the double-ended baby bottle brush, the small end is the nipple end for cleaning out baby bottle nipples. That end cleans in those nooks and crannies wonderfully. Great idea. You can grab one at your inexpensive dollar stores. So those are all the pros. Those are the things I like. What do I chop with it? Well, like my mom, sometimes I do chop onions. My mom hated onions in cooking. Hated them. So she would use her old chopper with the glass jar to chop onions so small that she didn't know they were in there, but she loved the flavor of the onions in her food. So she had that. So I use it to chop jalapenos, peppers of every color, green, red, yellow, it doesn't matter. Garlic, it chops garlic. We use it to chop nuts, cranberries, frozen strawberries I have done. I have even chopped chocolate chips with my chopper. You name it, I chop it. It's great, fantastic. What are the cons? Let me see. So far, the only things I don't like is sometimes the nooks and crannies are difficult and you got to get that gunk out of there. But you can do it and it's easy to do with, like I said, that bottle brush. And the only other thing is I treat this like a knife. I wash it right away and I put it in a strainer and I try to remember to always put it blades down so that the blades are not in danger of cutting either of us if we reach into the dish strainer to grab another item out of there, like a bowl, plate, whatever. It is sharp. This is not a product I would recommend a child using alone. You want to keep an eye on it. They might get anxious and want to help more and try and take it apart, and it is sharp. So this is one you want to make sure adult supervision if you're including the children in your cooking process. I think that is everything. Like I said, this is good for people who are in any way disadvantaged in the kitchen. I would recommend this to my elderly mom, and she was somewhat fragile. So I would recommend this for her to use if she were still around. That's how I look at things. I hope that I've been helpful. If you have any questions you'd like to ask me, please comment below. I would love to hear from you. Don't forget, subscribe and turn on notifications because I have all of these still left to go through and review with you. And I would love to have you there sharing with me. Blessings and shalom.